Hello pilots and welcome back to the latest video of IA Arcade Zone, and in today's video what we are going to do is we are going to do a tier list for all of the tier 5 mechs and weapons. So first of all, let's get the mechs out of the way because there are just 4 of them, and the most overpowered mech in this tier 5 section according to me. Okay, so this list is according to me, it's not according to someone else. There might be differences between what you and I think, but that's fine. Is Aegis. That amazing shield makes it much better than Panther in most of the cases, especially according to me. Panther has a higher energy capacity, so he can have better weapons late game, but mid game when tier 5 unlocks, Aegis is just amazing. His shield is nearly impenetrable, protects him from zephyrs and jumping tangoos and everything, every ability. It's amazing. It's cheap to get, only 1800 and something A coins. I already bought it, therefore it's not written over there in the photo, but yes, amazing. Second, okay, so Zephyr is a B or A, but I'm gonna put him in A just because he's quite cheap to get and you can get him with credits, which is the in-game currency, and his cost is not much. Okay, I don't remember the exact cost, but you can get him for pretty cheap. Redeemer. Okay, Redeemer at best I would say C, because I don't really see much of potential in him. There are better mechs available everywhere. Cheetah would be B. His price is lower than Redeemer and Aegis, which makes it a little bit of a better deal, and his mines, if placed strategically in like a 5v5 or a control point clash match, it is nice, but it's just not made for 1v free-for-all tournaments. Basically that mech is just not made for that purpose. Okay, with that we have the 4 of our mechs out of the way, and we are going to start with our lowest tier of weapons that we have here. Alright, so the first one, Fragment Gun 12. With any weapon that's above 8 in energy capacity, the worst thing is that you can only get 2 of them when you upgrade them to 5 stars, and for a lower level weapon it's easy to upgrade them to 5 star, which makes Fragment Gun a good choice, and it does a lot of damage. So I'm gonna put it in B tier for now. Alright, these two are just extras, so just ignore them if possible. Javelin Rack 12. Alright, so I hate Javelin Racks basically, but they do have potential. Again, it is a common weapon and can be upgraded easily. You get a lot of blueprints for these and the cost is not much. 245 A coin is just fine. Fragment Gun is available for, actually, if I remember correct, credits, which makes it a little bit better. Then we have Rocket Mortar 12, an easy hole of shame. It's just a disgusting weapon that I will just not suggest anybody to get. Now, Nade Launcher and Cryo Launcher 10s. So these are available for credits. If I remember correct, it's 87 or something thousand credits like every other weapon. And you only get 1 of them unless you upgrade them to the next tier. But what's good about Nade Launcher and Cryo Launcher is that you can use both. You can get one of both of them and you can use them as a combo, which increases the cost, but they do a lot of damage. They can shoot through obstacles and everything, and I would say that they are a B tier, like they are middle. They're in the middle. If you use them properly, they can go up to A tier, but they will not reach the whole of glory in any circumstances. Fusion Gun 10. So now we are moving on to the epic category, and in the epic category the first one that we have is Fusion Gun 10, available for some credits, but it's useless. There's no sense in upgrading it to level 5, to 5 star, rank it up, and then you can get 2 of these, but yeah, it's just not worth the fucking pain. Fuse Mortar 10 is again a hall of shame, just like Rocket Mortar 12, because I just don't care about that particular weapon. It's not worth the pain of getting and upgrading in any circumstances. Helix Rack 10 is better than Javelin Rack in every scenario, and The pain is basically again upgrading it to the next star or next rank, so you can get 2 of them, but they work quite well in many circumstances, and they do actually enough damage to kill somebody actually, which is nice. After that we have the Quantum Gun 10. It's a good weapon if you can upgrade it to this 5 or 6 star rank up. So I just put it in A. According to me, it has a nice range, and the stasis effect actually helps in a multiplayer match by pressuring the other players. So it's not bad, but it's still A category. It's better than a lot of assault rifles that we have. Arc Torrent 10, again I'll just put it in B tier because there are better close range weapons available. From Arc Torrent, actually the Fragment Gun is much better than Arc Torrent, so I think I'll just move the Fragment Gun to A tier compared to the Arc Torrent. Alright, so now we'll move on to the Legendary. First of all, let's get the weapons that we just cannot buy. Okay, so they have potential, but I'll just rank them down by 1 because you just cannot buy them without expanding your money, and I'll just never ever suggest you to spend your money on such dumb things basically. Alright, so I'm not promoting this in any way, but I'm gonna rank them below the Hole of Glory even if they are good weapons. So I'm gonna talk through it, but I will not suggest you to actually get them. Continuum 8. It's a good weapon, but I think overdrivers are better. So they have A grade potential, but I'm gonna place them in B because you cannot actually buy them that easily. Strike Rockets 8. This is actually one of the best ones here in this legendary category. They do a lot of damage and they can curve around things and all that nonsense, making them quite good. Suppressors, I'll put them C. I just don't see the logic that much. Dread Shot. Okay, Dread Shot, close range weapon that does a decent amount of damage, but compared to some of the other weapons that you can get, I just don't see them going up above B in any circumstances. It's a C or B in my books. Okay, moving on, we have Tetra Rifle 8s. Okay, so these are actually kind of nice, so I'm gonna put them A tier. Moving on, we have Gemini 8. So it's like the big brother of Javelin Rack and Helix Rack and everything. They does a lot of damage, and if you use them properly, they have kind of a reload, but if you use them properly, you can one-shot many mechs in Mech Arena. Moving on, we have the Oracle 8. Again, straight up A tier. It's a good weapon, and if you can get it in like an offer or something, or using credits in some event or anything like that, then sure, go for it. It's a bit better than Overdriver 8, I would say, but because you just cannot buy it without wasting your hard-earned money, I'm just gonna put it down there. Hornet 8s are gonna go in B tier. They are good weapon, but again not as good as something like Oracle, Gemini, Strike Rockets, etc. in my book. Reaver 8, I truly don't have an idea about these. These have been newly launched, and they are also an assault rifle, assault kind of weapon, but I don't think they are as good as Oracle or Overdriver, so I'm just gonna put them in B. They just don't deserve to go to C, but it's fine. With that, we have the Howler 8. It's a close range weapon, but it's not as good as the others which are available for a close range. I think they should go below Dread Shot according to me, is what I'm gonna say. I think even fragment guns can do more damage than Howlers if I remember correct. Paying actual money for it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Blast RPG 8, another one of C, maybe even a Hole of Shame, to be frankly honest with you, because as a legendary weapon it just does not make much of a sense in my book. Okay, so now we have moved all of the ones that you can buy only for money out of the way. We are going to move to the ones that you need to buy with A coins. These are a bit better, but again their potential is reduced by the fact that you have to buy them for a massive price of almost 8,000 A coins, and it just doesn't make any sense to wait and get these many A coins before moving on to the next tier, where you can maybe get their counterparts for in-game currency, which is much easier to earn. Earning 800,000 credits might take you a few days or a few weeks basically, but earning these many A coins is going to take you months, which is kind of dumb. So okay, moving on to the EM Rifle 8, a really nice sniper weapon if you can get it, that is of course. Storm Rakes 8, another one. It's a better weapon than something like Missile Rack. They can curve around the corner, they have a nice hit radius and everything, making them kind of a good weapon in my book. Then we have the Particle Beam 8. It's a B, maybe it's a C, because all of the beam weapons are basically kind of worthless for the most part, and I'm going to put it in the C category. Disruptor 8s, they have potential if used properly, but they are kind of not that good as far as I have seen. Chain Gun 8s, they are pretty much like overdrivers at a mid-range or a closer range. They do a lot of damage once the damage continues to increase. So on something like Panther, AGs, they work quite nice. I'm gonna put them into the Hole of Glory. Moving on to the Revoker 8s, another one straight up to the Hole of Glory, one of the best weapons for the close range that you can get in the current game. And the 5th tier, you can get Revolt 6 pretty easily for credits, which makes it nice. Revolt 10 are also available for credits, which is quite amazing, but Revolt 8 are only available for A coins. Okay, so moving on, now we have the Carbines 8, another one to the Hole of freaking Shame, cause it's basically useless. Very kind of useless. Alright. Hellfire 8. It's a sustained continuous damage that can help you kill a lot of mechs. It would work nice on something like Eclipse or something that can survive for a little bit at a closer range, but I don't see it being better than Revokers, better than Fragment Guns. Even maybe they are, I don't know, maybe Arc Torrent level is the best I can do for them. Minigun 8, another one of Hole of Glory. Assault weapons are being quite nice nowadays, because I've been using Overdriver 8 for a bit now, and it's straight up the best weapon that I currently have. Okay, so now moving on finally to the ones, oh sorry, we have Servant left. Servant. A lot of damage when you hit multiple targets. It's better than Javelin Rack and Helix Rack, but it's actually not better than Gemini, which is why I want to put it somewhere between A and B, but let's put it in A for now because it's not that bad of a weapon. Okay, so moving on finally to the ones that you can buy easily with the credits, and of course you can see my top 2s because I have already bought them. Both of these are straight up to the Hole of Glory. Amazing weapons. Podgun 8, easy to get because you can buy them with credits, which makes it much better than other weapons that you can hardly get under any circumstances. Podgun 8, the bullets can curve around the corner, shoot, do a lot of damage, 30,000 damage per mag per weapon, 60,000 for both of them, and then with the pilot and everything you can easily do 80-90,000 damage to your enemies, and it's amazing. Overdriver 8 with a negligible reload of a 5 second. That's only when you shoot them continuously for a really long time, because they have a burnout mechanism. The longer you shoot, the hotter the weapon gets, and if it gets critically hot, it's going to take 5 seconds to cool down. 100+ meter of range, which is quite amazing. Podguns have nearly infinite range of like 180 or 200 meters or something like that. It's basically through the map. Overdrivers have a little bit lesser range, but they do a lot of continuous damage, and like you get a lot of kills with these. Moving on to the Railgun 8, another Hole of Glory that I'm gonna give. The next weapon I am buying is Railgun 8. I have already collected nearly 400,000 credits for it, and soon enough I'm gonna get enough credits to buy the Railgun 8. I also have 1300 or something A coins, 1400 A coins basically, and for 1800 A coins next year you can buy Orion. Orion and Railgun, amazing combination, and I'm gonna get it soon. Moving on to the disc launcher 8. Okay, so it's an 8-tier basically disc launcher. I will not put it to the Hole of Glory because these weapons do a bit better than disc launcher. Pod guns versus disc launchers, I'll select pod gun any day. Both curves are on the corner and everything, but it just has a very small cooldown. The bullets stick around the corner where they can do a lot of damage. It can hit multiple targets quite easily. You can, like, if someone's retreating, you hit them with pod guns and they go near another player as they are retreating, both of them dies, and it's amazing. The last weapon, Viper 8, is going to be another 8-tier weapon, not as good as minigun or as good as overdrivers, not even as good as maybe a little bit worse than disc launcher, or pretty much equal. But Oracle is of course better than them in terms of damage and usability, but that's what we have. So guys, this was my tier list. That's what I think. It's basically what I think. According to me, it should be like this. I have no idea what you guys think. So if you have any changes, if you want to share your opinion regarding this tier list, please hit me down in the comments and tell me what to change and why actually. That's gonna be all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you didn't, tell me in the comments, and sayonara.